This is Coach Brew, John Brubaker, author of The Coach Approach. The Experience Pros radio show offers so much value that I feel an obligation to share it with all my business associates. Stay in touch by downloading their mobile app for iPhone and Android.
The Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/The Revolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros radio show.
She's a bad man, just as fine as she.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show with Eric and Angel. Very nice to have you with us. It's Fan Braggin Friday and our third anniversary.
It is 3 years here on KLZ, and we're thrilled. It is our 156th Fan Braggin Friday, where it's all driven by you, our callers, you, our listeners, who share your fan bragging stories with us. I'll tell you, when we first started Fan Bragging Friday, it was probably one of the most riskiest days of the week that we had on the air, because during the rest of the week, everything was pre-scheduled. We knew what the topics were. We knew who would be calling. We knew who our guests were. Fridays, we start with empty phone lines and cross our fingers for those phone callers to call in. And in the beginning, there was a whole lot of filler with Eric and Angel searching out and calling up on a couple of our friends saying, I know somebody gave you good customer service. Would you call and share that on the show? Faith Young from Coldwell Banker was one of the very first kindness captains that we had, and she said, I'm gonna fan brag every day. And she does. She's just always fan bragging about somebody, and that goes along with her 365 days of gratitude that she does every year as well. Every day, yeah. So every day she's saying something nice. She's fan bragging, and I think there have been several people who have embraced the concept. And our friend Brooke had said years ago, she says, I realize that now that I'm looking for good customer service, now that I'm noticing when I get good customer service, I seem to be receiving good customer service far more often. And so, is there a correlation? If we're bitter and we're angry and we're just used to, apathetic service, that's what we expect. So that's what we receive, because that's kind of the attitude we have going in.
Right.
But now that we know that there are, if you hear some of the companies that were fan bragged about today, Freshly Stated, Antonoff and Company, Potts Teas, you go in, you already know. You have an expectation. It's going to be a fun experience.
You bet.
And so your attitude is already shifted, and you get to share that, and you get to say something nice. I'll tell you, you want to change your day. If you're having kind of one of those days and it's just not going well, and you're kind of having your third Monday of the week kind of thing, the best thing you can do is show gratitude. Realize, look around, and see the people that are pouring into your lives. It's humbling. And it makes such an incredible difference. And you call in and you get your Friday kicked off right, which is what Tony Rayburn does from Extreme Relationship Management. He says, my weekend doesn't get started until I have fan bragged.
Well, we still have time for you to fan brag. We've got another hour after this one, but there's still time left in this hour. Let's call 855-FAN-BRAG, 855-326-2724. And before you think, I'm not going to make that call, think about it. Wouldn't you love it if somebody called about your business? Why don't you call about theirs, and we'll talk about your business as well. 855-FAN-BRAG, 855-326-2724. Suzanne from Chicago, Illinois, writes in and says, I want to talk about Choice Towing in Fort Collins, Colorado. Our Yukon XL broke down 30 miles from Fort Collins. Coming from Chicago, we knew no one in the area, but Mike from Choice Towing was dispatched from our AAA service. I can't say enough how professional, friendly, and courteous he was. He was quick and able to recommend a garage, and he was also able to take us and our dog to a hotel before taking our truck onto the garage. So much stress off us. His attitude and personality made a very difficult, somewhat scary experience a lot better. Privately, Suzanne wrote in and said they were taking their dog to the hospital because the dog had a brain cancer situation. And so you imagine the stress of that, a family member, and in many cases, pets are their family members.
You bet they are.
Traveling all the way from Chicago to Fort Collins, where they have a specialist who could handle that type of brain cancer in dogs, and you break down. It's a good thing that Mike was there from Choice Towing in Fort Collins. Good story. Thank you very much, Suzanne.
You know what? And I think that's it. You know, life happens. Life happens to all of us, and it's not without its trials. It's not without its challenges, and we can't always control some of those outward things that happen. But one thing we can choose is our attitude, and that's what we participate in here on Fan Braggin Friday. It's that attitude of gratitude. It's paying it forward, and frankly, it is just darn good for business.
Absolutely.
My friend, we got to meet somebody this week. Her name is Ginger, and Eric, Ginger has been listening to us since we were a 30-minute show here on KLZ.
She was always my favorite on Gilligan's Island.
This is not her.
Oh.
This is not her.
Oh, that Ginger.
Yes, yeah. This is a listener who I got to meet this week, and we were having that chit chat about, you know, the phrase, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all.
Sure.
You know, and Thumper from Bambi. You know, did you ever watch that with your kids? And,
yes, I did.
And use that as a teachable moment with your kids, and teach your kids. You know, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all.
That's where I learned the word Twitter-pated.
Oh, yeah.
Bambi.
Ginger says, how about this one? And this is her new thing. And she's a teacher, and it's a spin on that. And I loved it. And I was hoping that I would remember to say it, and I did. Or I'm going to. She says, if you can't say something nice, find something nice to say.
Oh, well, yeah.
Now, there's a shift.
Absolutely.
Find something nice to say.
How hard is it?
Because a lot of times we'll go, well, sorry, my mom told me if I can't say something nice, I'm not going to say anything at all. Therefore, you know, I'm not thinking something nice.
Stop choosing to be ugly.
Yeah. Find something nice to say.
Yep.
And I mean, it's just a tweak. It's a shift in attitude of even when things are going poorly, even when what I'd really rather do is complain, even when I'd really rather do is go down this dark place, I need to choose something positive, and I need to say something nice. My words matter. My attitude makes even a bigger difference. So, Ginger, thank you so much. If you can't say something nice, find something nice to say.
Hey, did you know that the Experience Pros has a channel on YouTube? It's true, and we are collecting all kinds of videos, making all kinds of videos that are, a little shorter. We for a long time on our Ustream channel, and that's what this is for. That's our kind of big television broadcast of the Experience Pros radio show. But on Ustream, we're taking out little outtakes, those little 5-minute, 6-minute business tips and insights. And yes, today I'm collecting a whole 10 Fan Braggin excerpts, so that if you just want to get a pick-me-up, if you just want to find out who's getting it right in business, you can always go back and check that out at the Experience Pros channel on YouTube.
Absolutely. You know, we share tons of Fan Braggin stories every week here on the show, and you can also follow them on our Facebook wall, facebook.com/experiencepros. Every week we post a photo, and all you have to do is share a comment. Eric says it's a 20-second kiss.
You know you want one.
Kindness is so simple. There's your kiss. Kindness is so simple. It only takes 20 seconds to say something nice about somebody else in business, and where you go, your brand follows. So when you say something nice about somebody else, your brand is attached to that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, in these winding down seconds of this hour, I just want to turn to you, Angel, and say happy anniversary. It is 3 years of broadcast on major mass media, and here's to the next 3 years.
Well, you know, and that's a big piece of it. When you look at the folks that are in radio, that we could say, you know, we want to take our business to the radio airwaves. Who does that? Who does that and actually, you know, sees it through?
Well, we did, and we're not going anywhere. We are going to slingshot that satellite into the sky so that the folks across the country can hear this broadcast as well. But we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Network.
I